continuing the thought of good is the enemy of great, there are only three places where all of your referrals come from. Any client coming to you. I call it DIP, D-I-P. First is direct referrals. Second is indirect. There's the I, and P is purchased. So what's a direct referral? Direct referral means they saw you at an event, they know exactly what you do, they want to hire you. That's typically you've done a wedding for the family member, one of the guests was at a wedding where you were a direct referral, far and away the best. And those are the ones that will pay the most, right? Because they're happy for it. Second is indirect. Indirect referrals, if you're really good, will be your biggest category. You'll get the most referrals from indirect referrals. Indirect referral is somebody telling somebody else about you. So that can be your venues, the other wedding pros, photographers, planners, people like that. Somebody's telling somebody else about your service. It can be really something as simple as, somebody in a beauty shop talking about their DJ and they overheard it. So an indirect referral, this guy's really good. Those are good. But especially like with venue referrals, those can be really tough. I've been for years on a lot of venue lists where it's me and 5 other DJs or 10 other DJs or 3 or whatever the number is. And when the venue gives that out, they go, here are the DJs that we really love. And there's 5 DJs. And my price is triple the guy that's somebody else on the list. Well, if you're a client looking for a DJ, why would you get the most expensive one? Clearly they're all good or they wouldn't be on the list. So indirect referrals can actually be difficult, and it can hurt a little bit in terms of pricing, because you start hearing that that your price is too high, that other DJs are cheaper, and then you start believing it and it erodes the confidence. The third kind are purchased referrals. So purchased means somehow you got to admit it was a bridal fair, it was a direct ad of some kind, something where your SEO is really big. That is definitely purchased. Somebody was looking for a DJ and they found you. So direct, indirect, purchased. What you want to do is to move as much as you can into direct. And the way you do that is not by pleasing the bride and groom. That's how you get your indirect referrals. They've already booked you. They've already used you. You're done with them. You're not going to get their wedding unless they get divorced and you get them somewhere down the road, right? But you need the rest of those direct referrals are the ones that are from the guests who were there. That's what you want. When they say you did this wedding, and you can tell those are the people who, when they call and you're booked, you can say, I'm sorry, I'm already booked on that date, but I have this other date available. Can we move the date? Over the last several years, probably close to 50% of my bookings have been people that chose their date based on my availability. Direct referrals. Indirect are still good. I'm not saying you shouldn't have them. And in the beginning, I built my business doing purchased referrals. We did tons of bridal fairs. I'm dating myself, but we had a yellow page ad, which is just the low-tech version of SEO. Who had the best ad in the yellow pages got the call. But you know how those calls go, and you know how your emails go now. Those are the ones that always begin with, hi, fill in the blank, I want to get a price for your services. They don't even tell you what services they're looking for. So work on those 3 things and move as many things as you can into direct. Here's how you test. You have to be really honest with yourself. You have to go back into all of your bookings for the last 2 or 3 years and say, where did this really come from? Look and see how many of them are direct. If you're not, if you've been in business for a few years and 50% of your bookings are not direct referrals, you're probably not nearly as good as you think you are, because you're pleasing the bride and groom, people are having a good time, but nobody's going, I have to have this DJ. Because if you're really great at every wedding, there's 10 or 12 people there that are going to need a DJ in the next couple of years. You ought to be getting at least 1 or 2 referrals from every wedding that you do. So direct, indirect, purchase, dip, move as much as you can into dip. Use the indirect as much as what you have to from there. Try to avoid the purchased ones. Those are the ones that kill you. So today's Minute with Randy Bartlett lasted 4.5 minutes, which is probably pretty normal. You would expect that. See you later.